Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the Wild Rift Open 2. We're here for the upper bracket semi-finals. I'm Gerard Escape Artist. I'm joined by Tanya May, and of course, we're going to be casting today.
Yeah, we will be watching Savage Girl go up against Next Gen Stars. Happening off the stream, we saw that Savage Girl actually beat Team OK, which we witnessed in 2 games ago. So coming in hot, I heard that Savage Girl is a really strong team from Vietnam.
Absolutely, and they're here to go up into the upper bracket semi-finals, going up against Next Gen Stars.
And some of the bans that have already been done, Galio, Diana, and Gragas have been taken off the board. So not gonna see Gragas still, even though we did see him in the game before here on the stream. Unfortunately, did not quite work out. Nonetheless, I suspect that we're gonna see a repeat of Camille because teams have not been banning her.
But oh, we actually see the Ziggs first pick for the first time.
Prioritizing the six there. We saw him hurt a lot in the early game, especially with the ultimate, such a big AoE. Speaking about AoEs, Next Gen
Yeah,
Stars respond with a Seraphine.
yeah, they
And oh,
actually.
yeah, they're hovering Sona as well. I don't know if they're
Mhm.
gonna pull out a team secret and drop both of them together. But here, I
They,
think Evo should just pick up the. Well, I guess just gonna blind pick
yeah,
Garen, yeah.
yeah, it looks like they are drafting that Sona as well as a Xin Zhao in the jungle. Well,
So that confirms the Seraphine mid lane.
mhm.
And looking at all the big ultimates that are gonna come up, uh, they respond with a Xayah, which I think is a very good pick
Yeah.
because her ultimate will be able to negate some of that big AoEs. They're just
Mhm.
gonna combo that Ziggs Jarvan combo. It's gonna be really interesting to see.
That's right. They've got a pretty tanky front line in the Garen and the Jarvan, as well as a lot of damage from their back line. Over on the side of Next Gen Stars, they pick up a Malphite who's gonna be going straight for that Ziggs and straight for that Xayah.
Here, that we see a Malphite go up against Garen. It has been the story of Fiora versus Garen the entire competition.
Yep.
But big AoEs from both sides. So the 5v5 team clashes here between Savage Girl and Next Gen are going to be huge. Of course, if we look at the nitty gritty of it, look at Sona, Seraphine, and Malphite. 3 of them big ultimates coming up. If any of these do not connect or they miss, then I think the team will be a little bit of trouble. They are also bringing out something entirely new, which is Xin Zhao. He got changed in patch 2.3 to be a little bit more of a AP, AD, and AS champion. So he could go either way. I'm gonna have to be looking to see what he ends up going with. But with his team, we do have a Ziggs mid, so he could just go attack speed or AD if he wanted to.
Yep. This is really a change of direction from what we've been seeing the rest of the day, though, because as you mentioned, no Fiora, no Camille either, and we expect basically every team to pick that one up, but this time it has actually fallen through the cracks in favor of more team fight oriented champions.
And if it is teamfight oriented, we do not really expect to see a lot of action until everyone hits level 5. Especially Xayah and Ezreal, these two, not quite considered the S tier of ADCs right now. They're kind of like just below that because they take a bit more time to scale.
Yeah.
So bot lane, well, support roaming up very early here from Janna, but not gonna be doing that much. Meanwhile, Xayah and Ezreal happy to farm that up.
Oh yeah, this doesn't look very happy at the moment. Xin Zhao having to chase the Janna out of her jungle. That does lead to some time wasted because Jarvan is already on his third cab and Xin Zhao hasn't even started his second.
Trading here, it means that Xin Zhao is a bit lagging behind, but so is Janna. Because her ADC is already level 3, alright, she just caught up and just hit level 2. So it's gonna be on Jarvan looking at the information that he has. Xin Zhao's a bit delayed. Where will Jarvan go? You know, which lane is he gonna go in and burn the flash with his combo, his flag and drag? Because he can do a lot of things early game. But for now, all his lanes are actually being pushed in, so not that much potential to gank.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of potential to counter jungle right now. Because he knows that those birds are still up, the raptor camp, because of the ward that the Ziggs plays, so he can just go in and steal that one away.
Ziggs just putting a little bit of pressure on that Scuttle Crab, but at the end of the day, both junglers are going to trade it. And Jarvan recognizing, yeah, it's not such a good place either way for the minion waves for him to gank. Realistically, it's best to just go back, reset. Already hit that level 5 with that
Yeah.
extra camp, because as we saw, Xin Zhao was a little bit delayed in the early game. Gonna
It's
have
actually-
to see what he does with this.
It's actually an extra 2 camps as well, because he took one from the Xin Zhao and got one extra for himself. When he was level 5, at one point the Xin Zhao was still level 3, but it looks like Xin Zhao might be the one making the first move, gonna be flashing in there. The spear gonna come out and Malphite gonna rock slap that Garrett in the face and take him down.
Standard gank, because really Garen was pushed up a little bit too far. He knew that his jungler was going to reset, and Jarvan went straight for the bot side of the map because the camps were up, and just got punished for that, a little bit of overextension.
We'll be right back after a word from our summoning platform.
The last Evil's still in the lead very, very slightly. Kings are coming down at Dragon. Big ultimates are ready, except for Malphite. Also, it's not in the game yet for enchantment, so no one really has teleport. If the teams want to challenge this, they're gonna have to walk from one side of the map to the other.
Yeah, that definitely has been done before, so not too big of a deal. Malphite will have the ultimate as well in a couple of seconds, I believe. It should be up for the dragon. So the question is really who is gonna make it there first. It looks like Savage Girl have this support actually. The first one there was able to place down a couple of wards and light up that river a little. But next gen stars are coming down as well.
Oh, but Malphite is gonna spot out Jarvan. Gonna stick
Yeah.
the crab.
Got a Garen as well hanging around, so Savage Girl gonna be able to take that one, but next gen stars seeing that, they just move over to the dragon immediately. Will there be a contest? Dragon's about 2.5, maybe the Mega Inferno Bomb might be able to steal that one. They're gonna zone away the bottom lane, but the rest of the team has arrived and the Xin Zhao has been knocked away. That means that Jarvan is gonna take that dragon, but the Seraphine ultimate there, able to tag up a bunch of members on the side of Savage Girl and drop them. Meanwhile, the Ezreal is trying to fire back those Mystic shots, but the front line of Savage Girl is just too strong, and that bomb there, and the spear as well. That's gonna be a double kill for that Jarvan. And it's not much mana here, but Savage Girl, they got the dragon and they won the fight as well.
Can't believe Jarvan managed to secure the Scuttle at top. And I thought that he was gonna be just a little bit too late to that dragon, because naturally if you're next gen, you see the jungler committing top side with Garen on that Scuttle Crab, you think, well, I have to go on the dragon. That was the right move from next gen. But Savage Girl set that up so nicely for their jungler. All Jarvan needed to do was stroll in and steal the dragon and smite it. Yes, she did, and from there they collapsed entirely on next gen.
A beautiful coordinated play from Savage Girl. They've rotated their lanes up to the top side, and they've sent their Malphite down into bottom lane. Xin Zhao as well is hanging around for that Rift Herald take. But it's actually Savage Girl who have the priority for now. So they're able to get the vision down. A little bit of a engage there with the flag and drag combo. Not gonna tag anyone up, but the Rift Herald has spawned.
Very good warding from Janna here. Over the wall, we can see the trinket ward right there. But teams are just being very patient with this. Savage Girl recognizing it's better to take Scuttle first, and they're also trying to get top prio.
Yeah, Nyx Gen Stars actually rotated their Malphite up while the Garen is still at the bottom lane. So that means they do have the man advantage for now. They have the Malphite advantage as well. He can use that ultimate to get to the back line. That's going to be Garen taking on the entire. The Seraphine ultimate is going to come out as well. But the Rift Herald is still up. It might be a little early. Seraphine able to take that Rift Herald down. But Xayah is starting to put a lot of AoE damage down. Cuts down the Malphite. And ooh, that's a nice root there. But Seraphine, unfortunately, is not going to live. It's going to be a double kill for the Xayah.
Oh, it looks so good for next gen at first, but wow, EVOS playing on the edge of that. It really was the Janna who managed to protect her carries and reset the team fight with her ultimate. I think really impressive from Savage Girl so far. This is why they are the top team in Vietnam. I think they won a few female tournaments in Vietnam, so they are quite known.
Yeah.
And they're also under the banner of EVOS, so the moment you hear EVOS, you think of strength, you think that they will be doing well because they have teams in multiple titles.
Yeah, absolutely right. And also, I wanted to point out that that Rift Herald fight, there was actually a 4v5 because the entire time Garen was just pushing the bottom lane. And yet, Savage Girl were able to find the win. So, Next Gen Stars really need to just take their time and scale up. They shouldn't get into any fights right now, and that might not be so easy because Savage Girl with about a 5,000, 6,000 gold lead right here are definitely going to be pulling the trigger at multiple areas on the map.
And if you look at the items that were flashed just now, the discrepancy in support items, Janna already has that Ardent Sensor, so empowering Xayah,
Oh.
who also has 2 items by the way,
Yeah.
hitting her power spike really early in the game. Whereas on Sona, she's still stacking that tier.
Yeah. That tier right there is
It does bring us some tears right now
Yeah.
for next gen.
that's not very ideal for the Sona right now if they do want to contest this dragon. But Sona forced to flash there, caught on the wrong side of the wall really, and when you have to flash away defensively, it stops you from making any plays with your ultimate, stops you from trying to land the wobble combo, and Xin Zhao getting poked out a whole bunch as well. That's a beautiful Howling Gale right there, and a beautiful Cataclysm as well. That's Sona is instantly going to go down. Jarvan as well. Xayah just flashing forward, Mega Photobomb, the Liandry's tick, the Seraphine shield barely keeping her alive.
Savage Girl's support is the true carry right here. That one tornado knockup onto 3 signaled for Jarvan to go in. Normally you would expect Jarvan to be the one finding these opportunities, but mastery on this Janna here, it's very beautiful to see. Something different, might I add, compared to the other games.
That's right, something very different. Something very good though for Savage Girl because they are now 10,000 gold in the lead. And this is something that we really have not seen since game 1, where one team has a very commanding lead. The other games have been pretty close in comparison. And really, you're right, Savage Girl is very scary, Tanya.
This
Very
is why they are the #1 team in Vietnam right now, and they are proving it. So we expect them to continue this momentum. Right, the top teams like NXP, for them to advance further, we expect these kind of teams to take control of the game and not just sit around for 20, 30 minutes.
Oh my lord! That damage from the Ziggs right there, demolishing the health bar of the Xin Zhao. Xayah actually getting caught out in the mid lane for Savage Girl right there. Didn't even use her ultimate, not too sure what happened. But Savage Girl just trying to make a play in the top lane here with the Janna Monsoon, gonna top up the Jarvan as well, but they are not actually able to get the turret. They summon the Rift Herald at the top lane. Next Gen Stars trying to alleviate the pressure that Savage Girl are putting onto their turret right now. Seraphine landing a whole bunch of damage, and Luna actually going in for the Malphite ultimate onto the Garen. And when your Seraphine has used all her spells, I don't think that's ideal. The rest of Savage Girl have arrived, and this rock is stuck in a hard place. Goes down, and Seraphine will be taken down as well.
A strange decision to see a Malphite out a Garen. Not too sure what was the thinking there. Maybe miscalculated, wanted to go on the Janna instead. But the moment that Evo saw that, I mean, they knew this was their fight to take because
Yep.
Malphite outing a Garen is. Garen didn't take even that much damage, he just
Yeah.
simply walked away.
Exactly, just not enough because realistically, the only reason why the Garen was at half health in the first place is because Seraphine landed every spell. And that means that there are cooldowns, but Malphite getting a little over eager, I would say.
Nonetheless, the ultimate is on a very low cooldown, so already has it up. Next gen, if they manage to combo this properly, which we haven't seen just yet because they've been getting caught out left, right, and center, but not counting them out just yet, if they manage to land that wombo combo that we talked about with Seraphine, Sona, and Malphite ultimate, they could have a chance to come back.
Most definitely, they have a chance. Xin Zhao as well farming up that bottom lane, but seeing that Savage Girl can just move towards the Baron because they know the Xin Zhao was at bottom lane. Is there even gonna be any chance? Actually, Malphite able to steal it. What was that? He is gonna be going down, but that is definitely worth.
Wow. Alright, that really made up for that Malphite ultimate onto Garen, which was, as we said, a very strange decision, but no strange decisions here because he manages to steal that Baron. And it's a Malphite nonetheless. It wasn't even their Xin Zhao, it wasn't
Yeah.
even a smite. It was just Malphite going in like a boss. So next gen, that is definitely keeping them here. They're gonna have to use this Baron buff to get some structures, or they can also look to the next dragon.
That's right. The next dragon has spawned and Savage Girl are gonna be walking back to that one. I don't think that they are very happy with what just happened, so they're not gonna give any chances at all for next gen stars to even steal this one. They're gonna be zoning them away with the Howling Gale and the Ziggs bomb as well. That Satchel actually knocked him towards it, but it's not gonna be enough. Xin Zhao already going down into the Guardian Angel. Now Sona's the one who's caught out alone. Keep your eyes on the Malphite. Is he gonna be able to ultimate? Looks like the answer is no. He manages to find two, but he's the only one left in that fight. Xin Zhao is gonna be going down. The members of Savage Girl right now are pretty low, and Ezreal's putting out a lot of damage, but so is that Xayah throwing away those feathers right there, left and right. Sona is just gonna be taken down. But the Seraphine ultimate, 3 men there, and she just deletes the entire Savage Girl with the press of one button.
Oh my gosh, what a fight. What a fight. We thought that next gen messed up because if you look at the very start of the fight, there was no way that Xin Zhao could have got it in there to take the dragon. But somehow, some way, he went in and he perished immediately, which gave Evo's Girl a man advantage. But because next gen managed to kite back again on that Sona, that Seraphine, and a very big ultimate at the end, swung that around. So,
Yeah.
oh,
I think Savage Girl were not really counting the ultimates properly there because they tanked the crescendo and then they tanked the Malphite ulti and they were like, oh, okay, now we can just go straight in and line up. But haha, they forgot about Seraphine there, who just launched out a huge wave and really decimated all their health bars. They really need to be careful of that particular champion, especially considering that she is AP, so she can definitely chunk them out.
you mean Sona 2.0?
Ah yes, Sona 2.0. I mean, you have both Sona and Sona 2.0 on this
Sona
team.
2.0. Both versions.
Absolutely.
And it's quite impressive because for next gen, this is apparently their first time competing here at FSL. And not much is known about them. They're quite new from the Philippines. So the fact that they can turn these around against Savage Girl is quite impressive. I mean, honestly, if you are surprising, then Savage Girl would also not be able to know how to deal with that, right? If you pull out something that is not so conventional.
Yeah, absolutely right. They're doing a pretty good job here. Although they're still 10,000 gold down, they, I would say, are in a better position than they were a couple of minutes ago. The Baron is going to be spawning once again. Let's see if Luna can repeat that steal.
I don't think Savage Girl would allow that to happen again. Right now, it's just about controlling the waves. They're still in the lead. They still have the item lead as well. 3 items on their AD carry. Ziggs also 6 and 1 with that Liandry's and Morellos. Not quite have the death cap just yet. But if they manage to control the waves, which they are, and not make mistakes again. For example, if you're in EVOS Savage Girl's shoes, you don't really want to fight in the jungle because that's what happened in the last fight. Because we think about Seraphine's ultimate, you think about Sona's ultimate. The moment you step into the jungle, they have a straight line for you. You clump up, all the AoEs are gonna hit. So what EVOS Savage Girl needs to do is to control the map, push out the waves, and find the fights in open areas such as within the lane or within the river.
Yep, that's right. Lucky for them, the Baron is in the river. And
Oh
so is
wow,
the dragon.
I did not know
So,
that.
Yeah, wow. Exactly right. But yeah, that does allow for a more open corridor for them to fight over these objectives. The Elder Dragon is most likely going to be the next point of contention. It is coming up in about 15 odd seconds. It is a mountain dragon, so it's going to help whichever team out with the shields and stuff. Especially right now, if you are Savage Girl, you do want to be able to shield up against the wombo combo that exists on the side of next gen stars.
Sorry, I just got a little bit disconnected there, but I am back.
Welcome back, Tanya.
And
Okay.
looks like I did not miss anything either.
Yeah. Savage Girl are trying to do a little death brush though, but it's gonna get spotted out by the ward. And they're just gonna continue to gain control over the river. So we're not gonna get caught out a little. They already forced the flash, really respecting the damage of the Ziggs there. And seeing that, Savage Girl start to move down towards the dragon.
Well, this is the same spot that Savage Girl got caught out the last time by that Seraphine ultimate. You're gonna have to be a little bit more careful. It looks like they're not committing to this dragon. Just gonna try and go back to pushing waves.
That's right, they have lost their prio in the mid lane because Next Gen Stars has sent 3 members there. So they definitely need to get that back. It's now Next Gen Stars who are the ones with a little bit of control. But Savage Girl just walk right back in and Next Gen Stars just concede all the ground that they've gained. You actually see some pings on the Baron as well.
Yeah, because top lane is pushing in, so Savage Girl can take advantage of that priority, and they are immediately going to do so, especially looking at Malphite, who is at the bot lane.
Yeah, he's gonna be trudging his way through that river, but it's not gonna be fast enough. Baron is taken by Savage Girl.
No steals happening, because he was on the wrong side
Yeah.
of the map. It's really what we expected from Savage Girl. Wanted to see more of this control in the early to mid game, but nonetheless, they are coming back. They are showing that they have the discipline to do this.
Yep. Malphite gonna be spotted out off to the side. Gonna be zoned away, but Xin Zhao is the one who's gonna be jumping in right now. That might be a little early. Malphite popping that stone plate. The other dragon is gonna go to the Janna of all people, and the fight has begun. Sona is dropping this. Jarvan is in the front as well. Seraphine trying to fire back, but it's not enough. It's gonna be a clean sweep here. Savage Girl get an ace.
Janna, the support, Janna in the early game knocking people up, and now Janna stealing that Elder. Well, not really stealing, I guess, but securing it for her team, strangely. Would give her the MVP here. Congratulations to Savage Girl, who, even though in the mid game, maybe made a little bit more mistakes than they wanted to, got caught out by the Seraphine ultimate, but managed to control it. They managed to calm down, they managed to push their waves, get priority, and then methodically get the objectives.
That's right, Savage Girl are going to be moving on to the upper bracket final, which I believe is going to be the next game that we will watch. So look forward to seeing them in that one. They will be going up against DR Hellcats, I believe. Dr. Hellcats, I mean. But yeah, Savage Girl right here. Look at that Ziggs damage. The amount of bombs they was throwing out really make a huge impact, and compared to some of the other Ziggs that we've seen today.
They did have 2 healers on the opposite side though, so it wasn't as disgusting as we saw for the
Yeah.
other games where they didn't have healers. But the story is really of the Xin Zhao pick, which they took a risk on. He wasn't that great even after the changes. Pro teams did not pick him up. He's not really considered top tier, and honestly, throughout the game, also didn't have that big of an impact. I think this game might have gone a little bit more differently if they changed Xin Zhao to maybe a Vi or another champion, even Rengar now, who is so strong.
Yeah, there are actually a lot of junglers, I believe, that fell through the cracks of the draft. The bans in this case were Galio, Diana, Gragas, and Akali. And there were other junglers, like you say, there's like Vi, there's Olaf, so many things, Rengar as well, as you mentioned, that they could have picked up. But unfortunately, this Xin Zhao did not pay off for them at all. In fact, she barely did more damage than the support Sona, which is pretty unfortunate for them.
Yeah, overall, want to give some credit to Hesiod? How do you pronounce that? Jenna, the support for Savage Girl. Really wonderful tornadoes, peeling for her ADC, getting that auto sensor really early, which helps Xayah tremendously in the early game because Xayah needs at least 2 items to start coming online once that crit, once the Infinity Edge, and not to mention secured the very last Elder Dragon for her team.
Oh yes, of course. Congratulations to Eva Savage Girl. They're gonna be moving on to the next round. We're gonna be catching that game, the upper bracket finals, after this break. So stay tuned for that.